Hello everybody, Blind Metal Gamer here with you once again, and it is time for another video, another vlog. This vlog will serve as the final vlog in this mini-series, and it's going to be about how I went from having usable vision to having the vision I have today, and about the technology I use today and how it's pretty much helped me as far as work and content creation. Again, before we get started today, as always, with my vlogs, no names or other sensitive information will be mentioned, only focusing on the experience. So, this experience takes place in 2023. So, I had a fiance who passed away in April of that year. So, we're going to jump up to about 6 months and a day after that. So, it was early October 2003 or 2023. And I woke up, everything was fine. I was fixing to do my work for the day, and a family member said, "Hey, Blind, you need to go out and check to make sure the bus isn't going to come get you." I was like, "Do I got to do that?" They're like, "Yeah, you need to go do it." So I'll go check and see. I get back in, and my vision went from being very clear to very blurry. It was like, oh wow. So, um, in an instant, I went from having usable vision to hardly not having any vision at all, just seeing blurry. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and work. So I tried to, do all my things and all of that, and I couldn't do it. So I told my boss, I said, look, I cannot do this. I need to get this checked. So I had to take off until I got it checked. So I went and got it checked. They said, look, you're gonna have to have surgery. I go to all these different specialists. They said, look, Blind Metal Gamer, you've got scarring, tissue, and building up in the back of your right eye. And to real quick give some context, before all this went down, my vision was 20 over 400. So to put it into perspective, uh, when I did have the usable vision, where the average person could see from 400 feet, I had to be 20 feet to see that, or closer to see that same thing. So um, after having that good vision for years, nearly 25 years, poof, gone. So I go to try to get it fixed. They're like, yeah, we can get in there and try this and see what happens. I said, let's do it. Because I wanted my sight back in the worst way. And so it was November of 2023. I had the procedure done. I woke up, and after I took the patch off, it was like, oh my God. I thought it worked there for a minute, and then I noticed that, like, my vision had changed to where I could only see light and dark. I could only see light and dark. And I'm like, oh, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do with this? So when all this started going down in October of 2023, I knew I had to make some technological changes. I used to use screen magnification with a screen reader, and then that changed to where I had to use a screen reader. So I talked to a friend of mine. I said, look, what do? I need something. And they said, go look for non-visual desktop access, NVDA. That's NVDA, or if you want to check it out, non-visual, or www.nvaccess.org. Um, so if you want to check that out, I may even put the link in the description just to help someone who might need it. So basically, I started using NVDA, and that helped out a ton. I'm like, oh my God, I can finally get back to work again. And I got back to work within 2 days of getting that installed. I learned it, and then I noticed that my productivity it increased. My ability to get more done increased because I don't have to worry. I didn't have to worry about looking at the screen. I was just doing my work. Boom, 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 boom. Now you're probably wondering, Blind Metal Gamer, how does it help you as a content creator? Well, not just NVDA, but other screen readers on the PS5 and other things help me with my podcast, my game streaming, my videos, etc. So I just had to change my way of doing things. It's all good. So there's that. And was I mad at first? Yeah. Was I pissed at first? Yeah. Because this was all new to me. And I knew, I had a feeling this is the way it was going to end up being for a while. So still to this day, almost 2 years later, that still hasn't changed. I'm still using the same technology, the same screen readers, etc. So, that really has changed my outlook on life and things. So you're probably, wondering, Blind Metal Gamer, how do you do things such as live stream and whatnot? Again, screen readers, and for some of the games I stream when I'm not working, I do use sighted assistance. I'm not gonna lie, I do use sighted assistance, and I have to collaborate with sighted partners to stream some of these games, but I don't mind, like I said. So you're probably wondering, Blind Metal Gamer, how did this affect you? It made me appreciate what I had and what I have. It made me appreciate the good vision I had and what I have as far as screen readers and other technologies to assist me when I need it. So that's a good thing. Uh, so, this whole experience has been much different. I didn't expect it. Now, do I hope and pray that my vision would one day be restored? Yeah. Do I hope for that? Yeah. But I'm going to be realistic. I don't see it happen. So that's kind of my sense on that. Now, has this experience made me humble? Yes, because I remember when I had my vision, I wasn't thinking about things I really needed. I wasn't thinking about work or life experiences, things that I need for life. I was just wanting to buy video games. I didn't care. So after this, I was like, oh, I can't buy all these games because how am I going to be able to play them? Answer was I wasn't going to be able to. I just said to heck with it. So anyway, um, so it's a much different animal, a much different beast. So if you have any apprehensions about doing the screeners and you're visually impaired and you want to try a screen reader, NVDA is a very good one to check out. JAWS is very expensive. A lot of those are expensive. That's why I recommend NVDA, non-visual desktop access. Again, that's www.nvaccess.org. Go check it out if you haven't already. The screen reader is free. Um, so, with that being said, I've been Blind Metal Gamer saying so long, everyone, and peace out.